Hey ladies, hello and welcome to my online launch party part 2. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon, or for a couple of you that can't view it right now tonight or are going to be viewing it later. Thank you for taking time to watch the videos and attend my second launch. It really does mean a lot to me. This is really a good chance and opportunity for me to get some practice doing demonstrations, flying solo for the first time. So if I flub up, I'm sorry. I've been hitting the books really hard on the training and trying to learn as much as I could so that I would be ready to talk to you about the products on my own. So, if I stumble, if I falter, we all love each other. Just forgive me and I'll get better next time when you host a party and I'm doing the demonstrations there. So, my name is Jessica. You all know me. I have very recently joined Pure Romance in just the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to take a minute to tell you about Pure Romance and why I became a Pure Romance consultant. It's very important. So, I want to start my introduction and my Pure Romance story, if you will, by asking a question. And if you were here in person, I would say you could raise your hand or not. There's no judgment, there's no judging, absolutely none. So, but being online, I can't see you raise your hand anyways. So if you want to raise your hand sitting there watching the video, if you want to mentally check these things off in your head, whatever you want to do, girl. How many of you have credit card debt? How many of you have medical bill debt? Maybe you don't get your state tax refund because you have an old medical bill that the state refund gets taken for. How many of you have student loan debt, and maybe you have a really expensive piece of paper now that's a certificate or a degree, and maybe you're not even working in the field that you got your certificate or degree in, but you still have a lot of student loan debt? Yeah, I will be the first to admit I have all three. So here's the deal. I work a 40-hour job at a credit union, and it's great, and I am not knocking it at all. But living on my own and trying to pay my monthly bills, rent, power, utilities, car insurance, all of that stuff. Ooh, almost gave you a sneak peek of product. And then trying to save, because you need an emergency savings and you need 3 to 6 months of savings in case something happens to your job. And then you want to save for things like you might need to replace your car in the next few years, or you want to take a vacation, or you want to take a trip without worrying about how it's going to affect your monthly budget. For me, it is all of those things. I work a 40-hour job full time at a credit union, and it's great, but it doesn't allow for all of those things. It doesn't allow for me to pay my daily, monthly expenses, put away savings for an emergency, put away 6 months of savings, save for a car and trips and vacation, and pay off my past debt. It just, it's a 40-hour job. It can only do so much, right? It can only, provide for me so much. So I was in the situation where I was making my daily bills and monthly bills, but I wasn't really able to put away for savings a lot like I wanted. I wanted to be able to take trips and pay for vacations and not worry about how that's going to affect my monthly budget, or if I'm going to have to juggle my bills this month to be able to do that. And I know that eventually I'm going to need to replace my car, and I want to be able to have a nice down payment when that time comes. So I wanted to be able to have savings in general, put aside for trips, not worry about that vacation money or having to take it out of my, bills money. I wanted to be able to save for a car. I wanted to be able to pay off my student loans and pay off my credit card debt and pay off my medical bill debt without killing myself working 3 jobs, 40 plus hours a week. Plus, for those of you that know that I am been bitten by the film industry bug ever since I can remember, it's always something that I wanted to do to get into the film industry. And I was very, very blessed and fortunate that an opportunity became available to me last year. I volunteered at a convention. One of my good friends contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to volunteer for this convention? I need volunteers." And I was like, "Absolutely." And I was very, very fortunate to meet three gentlemen who were coming back to the upstate in a couple of months from then and working on a film project. And I said, "I want in. I don't care what I'm doing, cast or crew, I want in." And I stayed in contact, and fortunately they brought me on, and it was an amazing experience. It was probably the best experience I could have. It was more than I ever dreamed, to be honest. So I want to be able to do that more, but to be able to do that more, I really feel like I need more availability. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is if I have some of this debt, if I have this debt cleared up, if I have this savings, if maybe down the road I'm making enough money that, outside of my 40-hour job, that maybe I can make that move to the film industry and do what I've really wanted to do, in my heart all my life. Is just I've always wanted to be an actor, wanted to be in acting. And my first foray into it was not in front of the camera, but behind the camera. And that was okay because it was a wonderful experience and I learned so much and I had such a great time. And I'm sure that if any of you were following me on Facebook at that time, all my Facebook was chronology. Oh my gosh, it was the most exciting thing. So last year, a friend of mine invited me to a Pure Romance event, and I had never heard of Pure Romance, had no idea who they were, but they were two Pure Romance ladies were sponsoring a red carpet advanced screening of Magic Mike XXL. Woo! Exciting hot flashes. So I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? I saw the first movie, it was great. It's not, why not see the second movie? The trailers were hilarious. They were just great. I hadn't got to hang out with my girl in a while. So I'm like, yeah, let me do this. I knew photographers that were going to be there. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's have some fun. Let's do something on a weeknight, get out of the house, it'd be awesome. So I went. And of course, had a great time with my photographer friends and my girl who invited me. And the Pure Romance ladies were really awesome and really nice and really sweet. And so we watched the movie. And after the movie, they did a little presentation of the products, and it all sounded really great. But to be honest, I was probably in between paychecks and didn't pick up anything that day. So I went home and I looked at it and I researched and I looked some and I followed both the ladies on Facebook, and one of them had a sale. And you know me in sales. So I picked up some products. I think I probably picked up most, if not all, of the entire bath line and a couple other products. And yeah, because you start with one product, or maybe you start with like the bath line, and then you're like, hey, this sounds really great, and this looks interesting, and this is nice, and you just snowball. But it's great because these really are great, wonderful products. I got these products back in July, the bath products, my first order of things, and I've been using them ever since. I love them. They work. They do what they say that they do, because I'm big about that. If this product says that it's going to do this, I want it to do this. And if it doesn't, then I am honestly not, me, I'm not going to say, hey, you need to buy this thing because it does this if I don't use it or if it doesn't do that. So me, I'm honest, I'm real, I'm straight with you. This is straight talk. This is real talk, girls. So, fast forward, got some more products. I signed up to test products, all this kind of stuff. And I was watching and I was researching and I was kind of feeling it out. And I watched these ladies make bank, to be honest. They made money, they were meeting their goals, all this good things. And you know what? I said, I missed one kit sale. And I wasn't able to do it financially that day. And I kicked myself because I really wanted to do it and I just didn't have the cash. And I was like, I told my sponsor, I was like, I want to do this. I'm ready. I don't have the money at this date. And it killed me. And so a couple of weeks ago, they had this really good sale that they announced. And it was a fantastic sale for signing up. And I bought a kit and I got fantastic benefits with it, instant activation, all this good stuff. I got a starter kit. It came in the mail. I had to sit in this apartment for from Wednesday to Saturday, ladies, with my box, waiting to be able to pop my box open because you have a pop the box party and it's all great fun. And I'm getting ahead of myself, getting way ahead. Anyways, that's why I became a pure romance consultant because I really wanted my dreams to be a reality and I wanted my goals to happen. And I wanted not to worry and not to stress about money and bills and budgets and all of that. And you really do get paid to party. I mean, that's what it is. You get a bunch of your girlfriend, lady friends, girlfriends, anyone that's female, friends, family, you get them over, you have some snacks, you have some refreshments. And I talk about some great products and we have a lot of laughs and we have a lot of fun and I get paid to party and it is the greatest thing. I had my first launch party last weekend and the results were amazing. And I am going to try not to cry right now because I actually cried after the party and I tallied up everything and I realized, you know what? I can make a living at this. I spent an afternoon hanging out with some really great ladies and helping show them some really great products. And at the end of it, I made in maybe 3 or 4 hours as much as I make in a week working at my full-time 40-hour credit union job. So it is possible. It is plausible. It is definitely something that can happen. And if you feel like you are struggling in any part of your life, financially, stress-wise, you want more freedom, you want something different than the daily grind that you are doing every day right now, then please message me and I will talk to you and I will tell you everything I know. And if you see what I do and see what other pure romance ladies do and how successful they are at living their dreams and achieving their goals, and you say, hey, I want that, let me know. I will sign you up. The decision to do this or not is your job. My job is, if you decide to sign up, I am your sponsor. I help train and cheerlead you, and not just me. You may walk alone, but you're never alone. You will have a team of us that are going to rally around you and be like, yay, and celebrate your victories and help you when you are struggling with training or have questions or anything like that. It's just really great. So I am going to stop this video here. This will just be the introduction and pure romance story and all that. And then we will move on to the next exciting thing.